let's see that. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here this evening. I'm your host, Crit, from the Crit Crafters, and tonight we are playing some Curse of STRAHD. A few little announcements as we normally do just before the stream, reminding everybody in chat that if they want to support the party, the best way to do that is using stream loots by acquiring cards and card packs, which are basically used in order to give certain bonuses, circumstantial bonuses and everything like that, to the players. You can either purchase these decks of cards, or you may use channel points in order to acquire them. And last but not least, during our little break, we will normally have a giveaway of a certain amount of these boosters that you can actually use in order to get new cards and everything like that. I think that's about it. I think I don't have a whole lot of a whole lot of announcement to do this today. So I am joined today by my usual cast with a few extra little surprises, and of course Sasa today is not with us. For those that are celebrating this, today is Canada Day, so happy Canada Day to anybody who's Canadian, me myself included. And to those who are not, well, you know, you can probably be honorary Canadian just for today. I know if it makes your life a little bit easier, go wild.
Do I get off work then?
What?
Do I get off my work?
I mean, you probably...
How about better healthcare?
You just for one day, better healthcare. Better healthcare for one day. Why not, right?
Go to the doctor then, goodbye.
I'm super down for that if that's what makes you happy, guys. Yeah, so we'll get right to it today if you don't mind. Just give me a few seconds, because of course, as usual, my notes are never open when I need them. I feel that became a staple of what we do. Just give me a few seconds. I also want to try that here. Is it starting? Yes. All right. So we're gonna do that. You will also notice, by the way, a little bit of change to our introduction video. I'm hoping that some of you might be able to spot it. It's a little spoiler for what's coming up ahead, but you know what? Who cares? We're gonna go here, doing that, and here we go. As the kin of the Vardo gathered around, leaning closer to the flickering fire, Avery Sorket, in his blazing orange robes piercing in the gloom, continues his tale. His ever-faithful companion in his lap hits soft cooing like a lullaby against the night. The embers crackle, shadows waltz on the wagon's wall, and the crowd ushers. A collective gasp as the horror is named. They awoke to an empty chamber and whispers of dread. Irina had vanished into the inky night. So, fueled by cold porridge and freshly outfitted at Bildrat's Mercantile, they plunged into the creeping mist, hope and uncertainty in equal measure. Arriving at Serpool at dusk, they found the sound of Vistani guitar to greet them. The Vistani campfire's embers flickered in the gloom, and the eyes of its people reflecting that strange, knowing light, confirming that Irina had gone by. With daylight drained to shadows, the heroes sought Madam Eva's otherworldly's advice. Hands like fate's artisan laid out Urtaroka cards, symbols of dark and bright woven tapestry of purpose, paths to salvation, ties to Irina's fragile fate, and glimpses of escape from Barovia's cloying despair. Come dawn, pale and trembling through the trees, the hero's resolve was steel sharp. Madam Eva's cryptic words still echoed in their souls as they set out northwards towards the damned windmill perched on a bald hill. A silhouette crooked, wood against the grey heaven. It loomed with malevolent patience. The air itself grew heavy, as though the mill watched them, its warped beams hungering. In that moment, I tell you, every footstep was a step forward into the mouth of ancient terror.
You cannot make demands of the devil. For he is the ancient, he is the land. And you are trespassers.
Sound is important. And we found ourselves joining the group as they ventured down the path and eventually found their way to the bald hill where old Bonegrinder stands. Off in the distance, giant monoliths can be seen. Night is slowly clawing its way forward, leaving you with just slight amount of time before you are able to do anything else. What would you do?
Nursing a migraine, continues to stumble forwards along the hill. I believe the others are with me.
They are.
Yep.
And you slowly head towards the mill itself.
Yeah, is there any sign of people at the mill?
So as you approach, mist curls around the skeletal windmill as you crest your rise that you are walking upon. Its broken sails groan in the stall breeze and are entwined with rotten vines and flaking boards. Off to the south, you do see the nearby hill with 3 jagged stone monoliths that loom as silent sentinels, defying the coming night, of course. Of this windmill that you're approaching, you remember rumors, specifically you, Kindrot. You remember whispered rumors in Barovias of pastries too sweet to refuse, and mothers who weep lost children. All rumors, of course, tied to the old crone that lives here, and her daughters, who dwell here as well. A closer look would reveal intermingled dread and decay, human-sized footprints, the scent of sugar, and something far fouler in the breeze, and the distant echo of what seems to be brittle laughter in the wind. The mill's door, off in the distance, seems cracked and sagging, almost daring you to enter. This is not a place for mercy. It's a machine of exploitation, grinding the ingredient for dream pastries upon the Bonegrinder's millstone.
You've got a bad feeling about this windmill.
Yeah. Like what?
It just has a... I cannot quite describe it, but it has a foul air to it.
Oh. If, those 3... Actually, Yes, we did have an. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember in my notes if we all knew that the those three were at the old Bonegrinder.
So,
just
Kindrod is pretty much the only one who was aware of who stays here, being the only one native of Barovia.
okay.
Madam Eva did instruct you that Irina was sent on her way here to perhaps appease some of the worries that she had, or something along these lines.
And that Irina had been looking for them.
Yes. That they were probably at the heart of something that was going on, festering in the township of Barovia.
Gotcha. Cool.
It is likely not solid. Quite possibly nothing but conjecture. Though there is a rumor I should probably let you all know about these parts. And I shall fill the party in on the rumors regarding the pies and missing children.
As you're retelling the rest of the party and basically bringing them up to speed to that, you hear off in the distance what seems to be a gunshot. Cyrus, this rings more of a bell. You recognize the detonation of a longer caliber rifle rather than a pistol.
Ooh. Obviously, be looking towards where it comes from.
Seems to be coming from either the mill or further beyond it.
Well, Cyrus will take a second to look to the group and then just start, charging towards it.
Alright, I guess this is what we're doing. And I'm going to draw an arrow and follow after him.
Excellent.
Should we perhaps fuck it. And Moz will follow.
Excellent. So the windmill itself is not that wide. You have the impression that if you all cramp inside, it'll be very tight quarters. There are a few windows, but everything is so covered in crass and other things that there's no real way of seeing what's inside, short of knocking or opening the door.
All right, are we? If these three are in here, perhaps, are we gonna be polite? I am gonna admittedly have a hard time with that.
I mean, I heard a gunshot, so the second I'm up at the door, I'm gonna try to open it and just barge in.
Excellent. So you just barge in, you open the door. So as the door swings open, you are met with a dimly lit, unsettling scene. First, near the entrance, the older of the two women in the room, her face ravaged by pox, blackened teeth gleaming, seems to be stumbling for air as she just made some great effort. A filthy, lopsided carpet is tossed aside, and the floorboard seems somehow uneven for now. You stand in what seems to be this small and packed kitchen, and you do see that the old woman's hand seems to be fumbling nervously upon a wobbly table as she managed a struggling grin. She seems to shush something, or maybe someone, that is somewhat out of sight. Across from her, in the stairs leading to the second floor, there is a younger but equally repulsive woman that pauses halfway down the narrow staircases leading up to the second floor. Tension seems to be rippling as they exchange a glance, and you feel that there was probably a conversation that you abruptly cut it short by your sudden arrival. As you're opening the door, crested outside seems to be flickering with recognition. Doesn't seem to be a hospitable bakery. It feels darker, and the old woman straightens. Voice dripping syrupy sweetness as she croaks, "Come for pasties, have you?" Her words seems to hang heavy in the air, far too saccharine to be kind. Crested's hand reaches for Moz's arm, her lips sealed in fear, fingers pressing a bit too hard for comfort, relaying that something is wrong here. What do you do?
No, we have not.
Oh no? Why not? Maybe we can interest you in something else.
Unlikely. We're here for Arena. Arena!
As you're
I don't
saying that,
Shout.
as you're saying that, suddenly the silence cracks. There is a dull thud that rattles beneath the floorboards, and the unsteady table that the old woman was leaning upon seems to be shuddering and lifting a bit as if something was trapped beneath it. The room echoes with a groan and muffled bangs as if someone is pleading for help. From above, almost like a response from the banging, terrified screams of children's echoes up the staircase, abruptly clipped by a sharp and urgent shh, clearly from a third woman commanding to still the terror. In that moment, the facade fractures, the smile vanishes, the room stale, sickly sweet turns sour, and the hag's false hospitality curdles into something far more sinister. You all sense the shift immediately. This welcome was a lie. This Bonegrinder's twisted marvel have revealed the true nature, and now the horror begins. I will bring up a battle map.
As I did not get the chance to hand it out last session, I would like Timothy to be the person that has the root magic,
Okay.
if that is alright.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So you've got a +2 circumstance to the next spell save you need to make, I believe it is.
It's against a specific type, isn't it?
I shall check. I'll read the exact description for you then.
You could link it in the chat. Too.
Yeah, that works too.
And I forgot that I need to bring. Just give me a few seconds. I need to bring the other ones too. Let's see. Is that going down? Yes. Okay.
Can I reposition myself to just sort of match that narrative?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Alright.
Where would you place yourself?
Behind Cyrus, probably, since Cyrus is at least in the door. So
Gotcha.
behind Cyrus. And
Yeah, I mean like here-ish. So you see the one in the staircase.
well, also didn't Saza just or crested rather grip my arm?
Yes. So she'd probably be like somewhere around here.
Okay, cool.
Make sense?
Yep.
Everybody satisfied with that?
That I am.
Yep.
Awesome. So as is customary for fights, first step is, of course, please roll for your initiative.
And since I'm rolling initiative, I will be drawing my weapons.
And I will do a sudden rage, or what do they call it? The
Sorry, I'm
quick
closing
temper.
doors. I shouldn't be closing doors. Berserker Boots just be logged in at the right time. Fight! Yes, man. At the right time. All right. Everybody rolled. Perfect. So we will be doing that here. And what is it? So, going first, we have Kindrot. You're aware that someone seems to be trapped beneath the floorboards. There's two old grandmas standing in this building. What would you do?
Am I able to see both of them?
Well, I mean, you see what you see. So if your character has vision on both, that means yes.
Alright, this one to the east, to the right of the screen.
Yes.
I would like to use Hunt Prey. I believe it's T on them. Hunt Prey. I'm going to
Yes.
use that to mark her as my target.
She is marked.
I would like to use the Hunted Shot action
Go right
as
ahead.
well to make 2 attacks.
Go right ahead.
So I'll start with the first one.
Mm-hmm. That first one's a critical hit, absolutely. So it scores. It catches her by surprise, kind of like almost making her stumble back into the stairs. She groans, but for some reason, for someone seeming so frail, you may roll your damage.
All right, and I hit critical on this, eh?
Yes. So that you know you're confident in your ability as a sniper of sorts, and that arrow flew true, and for some reason, even though the woman that it just struck seems frail, small, and everything like that, she doesn't seem to be halted. She like almost is in the process of reaching for the arrow to just simply pull it out.
Well, fortunately, this action allows me to do that again, so I'm going to attempt to do so.
That is a hit.
All right, regular hit.
Yep.
Roll damage on that one.
Yes, please. Again, your arrow finds its mark, kind of like grazing the side of her shoulder, as she somehow seems to be getting faster as she moves.
All right, and as this appears to be a close-in fight, with my final action, I am going to stow my bow, as I likely will need my swords in the next one.
Perfect. The old grandma takes a second, and she seems to be strangely in the process of laughing. It's strange. You'd expect somebody looking so frail to maybe express some degree of fear had the current situation. You're not sure. Her frame begins to tremble in the flickering firelight. Her jaw slacks, her eyes blank pits of gray as mold. With a wet, splintering crack, her pallid flesh ripples and peels, revealing sinews and sickly green. Her hands spasm grotesquely, fingers thickening, knuckles elongating into wicked claws that scrape the floor with desperate hunger. Her arms stretch beyond all reason, sinews and misshapen, vaulting her forward into a nightmarish arc. Bones crack audibly as her spine bows and twists, her back hunched until every vertebra snaps into something inhuman. Air, once wispy and white, turns bristled and damp like a undergrowth of a fetid swamp, dripping with unseen wrath. She squats low, her ragged skirt falling away, and from beneath you see knotted roof of veins pulsing and crawling with worms. She hisses something ancient and broken, her mouth parted and revealing fang-like teeth that gleams with malice. In that hellish transformation, the room's temperature suddenly plummets, and the stale breath of earth and death bellows from her cracking lips. This is no mere woman, but a corrupted spirit made flesh, the dread made manifest. And she transforms into something grotesque and unholy. That will be her first action. Her second action will be to cast a spell on Cyrus, who's the first unfortunate soul right in front of her. She will be casting a Laughing Fit. Can you please attempt your save in the chat, Cyrus?
Yep.
This is fine.
And because I have stubborn, I get to re-roll that because it's not a critical fail, right?
It is not a critical failure, you're right.
Let me make sure on this. When you fail but not critical fail, you can attempt a second save, so yes. And I will be doing this. There we go.
Perfect. So this is a save. Perfect. With a success, you are... so you succeeded. You are still plagued with uncomfortable laughter. You just cannot use reactions. But everything else remains the same.
Actually, with stubborn, when I succeed, the effect ends, period.
Sorry, what?
On a successful second save, the control condition ends, though any other effect remains. Oh, okay, never mind.
So you need to re-succeed a save later.
You're right.
Not a problem. And of course, this stays for one turn, so it's not indefinite or anything like that. And that will complete her turn with her 3 action. Crested, who's standing on the side, will be casting a spell. She will be... does she have that? Give me a second. Yes, absolutely. She will be casting Bless. Just give me a second. I'll be sure to cut. There we go. So that's 2 actions. She casts Bless. So everybody should be under the effect of a Bless spell. Her second action will be to move at a different angle, kind of like away from where everybody else is able to see her. Leaving then for Cyrus.
So I just can't take reaction.
You cannot take reactions, yes.
That's it. Cool. Into the Fray allows me a free stride, so I'm going to take that.
Perfect.
That's not how that works. Okay, W. How's the buttons again for this?
It's WASD.
Okay, fine. I'll count it that way. So 5.
Yes,
10,
you are not in the range of the Bless
15.
anymore because it doesn't go around corners, just letting you know.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
So that's my free action. Second action will be to do a reloading strike.
Perfect.
That. Oh, yeah. Still use Dex. Sheets. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Damage.
Perfect.
Second attack, second action, I will be shooting her. My pistol. And for my third action, I will be activating my acid ammunition, by the way.
Gotcha. Excellent. So that's your 3 actions?
Yes.
Timothy.
I will summon undead.
Perfect. What will you be summoning?
My level 2 skeleton.
Skeletal Champion?
Giants. Yep.
Perfect. Where do you want it?
Here.
Excellent. So as you slowly cast your spell, assembling and basically escaping and emerging from the aether, you have this skeleton that appears in the middle of the room. It seems sturdier than the other ones that you've seen so far.
And I think you
That's
have to
my-
manually add the damage, the acid.
We'll see that when it comes to it.
This is actually my 3 actions.
Your 3 actions? Excellent. Maz, are you in rage, Maz?
Yes, I
You
am.
are. Thank you so much. Let's do a little aesthetic change. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, I heard these people do awful shit to children.
Yes.
And that's a
And there's
trigger
currently
for
someone
Oz.
trapped beneath the floorboards.
Yeah. All right, so Maz is gonna step into the doorway. It's the table here that she is. That's.
It seems
rocking
something
around.
like that. So you do see, like, the first thing that you notice is the carpet's been tossed to the side. The floorboard has been hastily put together. You do feel that, like, even without moving the table, you'd probably be able to just, like, you know, just if you spend, let's say, 2 actions to remove whatever floorboards are covering whoever's there.
Okay, so I will finish my movement then.
Okay. We will consider that if you do, that will be a manipulate. So if the hag as a reactive strike, she could be using it. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're bending
that's
down so
fine.
forward. So okay. So is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, give me a few seconds.
Actually, no. There's a chance that that's children, and he doesn't want to expose children. to
Okay.
this, so he is instead going to just sort of bite into her shoulder.
Fair.
So that will be an intimidating strike, because we might as well.
Why not, right?
Use the thing.
Press the button. Use the thing. All right, 2 action. You can do your attack. That definitely hits. Just give me a second. You were not targeting
Oh,
her.
I did not have her.
So that is a critical, though. So you may target her and then roll critical damage. Perfect.
All right, minimum.
Minimum. Ah, that sucks so bad. I'm so sorry. Point.
But that's my turn. She is frightened too.
Yes. Let me just verify one thing real fast.
So I think I did find how to the acid stuff.
Perfect. So she is frightened. All right. The lady in the staircase will change shape as well, becoming this hideous creature. And you do hear Cyrus, as you are in the on the staircases, kind of like, or near the staircase, actually leading upwards. You do hear the groaning of woods as someone is currently in the process of going down the stairs, probably from a third floor to the second floor. So you have a feeling that there's probably something, there's someone in the way. And as you are right next to her, she will be attacking you with her candy cane claws. And that'll be a miss. Second attack will be a hit. Can you please do this save for me, Cyrus?
There you go.
Second, you rolled a... I don't see it.
It's a 13 pass. I can roll it again.
So it's a failure, but not a crit fail. Okay, so she's gonna do 9 of damage. The creature officially fails or fail to save. So you feel as if you're slowly losing consciousness. You feel that you are kind of like swaying, as if she tried and her claws were somehow able to make you drowsy and maybe make you fall asleep, though you resisted. And that is her action. We are back at top of the round with Kindrot.
Realizing that putting the bow away may have actually been somewhat foolhardy, as the others have the melee handled, I'm going to use quick draw to draw it back out.
Okay. You do know, though, that if you're firing at the enemies, since you have friends in close combat, they will have cover.
That is regrettable but understandable.
Okay.
And quick draw allows me to make one attack as part of that action.
Perfect.
So against my target, which I believe is the one that Cyrus is in melee with, I would like to make my first attack. Let's see how that
Just
goes.
give me a second. I will. Okay. That will have a minus. Oh, the enemy will have a +2 because it has standard cover. That is still enough, I believe, to hit them. Yes, absolutely. So you may roll your damage.
Perfect. Yeah, and there's also the +1 from the bless.
Yep.
Why is it saying it's bludgeoning? Oh, that's not supposed to be melee strike. Sorry. Should I re-roll that?
No, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. You have your standard attack has a +14, so you're fine.
Okay.
All right. She seems getting injured. So she seems like the one at the staircase is currently bleeding. She's bleeding this foul, almost like toxic-looking, brownish, blackish blood. But she seems to be injured at that point. That is, I believe, your first action?
Yes. Following my first action, I'd like to take my second one to do Hunted Shot.
Absolutely.
Having just fired a blunt-headed arrow at her, I shall now attempt to fire 2 bodkins.
Absolutely. That hits. Still, it finds a way to lodge itself. She's now riddled by about like four-ish arrows. Like 2 in their shoulder, 1 in their mid-torso. It's surprising the amount of punishment that she's been taking and still is effectively in the process of defending herself and being a threat. That was your
Luckily,
second
100
action, I
shot.
believe? Yeah,
Not quite fully. The second action allows for 2 attacks,
go ahead.
so I'll take the other one.
That critically misses.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
lodges itself, like, passes in the wall and kind of, like, flies off as the walls are very thin.
Having completely whiffed that attack, I would like to use my third action to get a little closer.
Gotcha. Where do you want to go? Excellent. And that completes your turn?
That it does.
All right. The old woman screams for a second. Get the lantern! Crash it! Let them not find no one here! The woman in the staircase seems to be relaying this information to whoever's upstairs. It seems that they intend to burn down the mill rather than being found out, or at least bring you down in the same process. That being said, she will be attacking the evil and nasty-looking werewolf person in front of her. First attack will be a critical miss. Second attack will be a miss, and third attack will be a miss. Seems that in her panic, she seems to be somewhat finding less, or rather, her attacks seem to be finding less the mark. Her frightened condition does reduce by 1, though, because it's the end of her turn. Crested will be moving slightly in the doorway and inside, so that everybody inside may benefit from her, I'll say it, from her bless. She will be casting Divine Lance on the one in the staircase. That will hit. Excellent, for 15 of damage. And that'll be your turn, Cyrus.
All right.
As your turn starts. By the way, you do hear the confirmation of that there's somebody, the third person on the top floor, that she seems to be responding in affirmative to the request of the 2 lady downstairs. So you start hearing her going back upstairs, and almost like like completing the orchestra that is this fight and these evil cackling ladies, you hear the screaming of children on the upper floor that seems to be taking back in you. What do you do?
And to be sure, I only hear children. I don't hear grown women.
So there's one woman other than the 2. There's another one grown woman that you did hear.
Yeah,
But there's you only hear children. Yes.
okay.
It's high pitched. It's high pitched enough that it's either a very like a person in absolute panic who's like,
Right.
or a kid.
Okay. Reloading strike. So that's a hit. I will roll my damage.
Perfect.
I will be reloading for free.
Yep.
I will then shoot at the person.
Yes, because you did your reloading strike. If she has something, she
I will
cannot.
miss.
And
But
you miss.
Because I use splash ammo, I still do 1 splash damage.
Perfect. Ow. Anything else?
That's 2 turns. No, yeah, that's 2. Yeah, that's reloading strike again.
Reloading strike again.
Keeps wanting to use my strength because we're equal.
And that misses.
That's another bit.
Yeah. Just give me a few seconds, because I want to be sure that I have that here. Perfect. All right, so next is Timothy.
So what I'm hearing now is you don't want me to throw a fireball at the second story. The doorway.
But you just got it!
It would be so nice to use. Alright, anyway, first action will be to make my skeleton attack twice.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I can target you and make it attack.
Target who?
the hack.
So roll your attack, and I'll be taking care, and damage. I'll be taking care of whatever needs to be applied. That sadly misses.
It does work. All right. And the second attack.
And that misses again.
So much for a champion.
He is immune to a lot of things, okay? It's more of a tank. And that's your 3 actions, correct?
No, that's my first action.
Oh, that's right, because you...
My first action is to command said undead.
Yes.
My second action will be, telekinetic projectile on her.
Cool.
Work. Alright. Yeah, I'll go for... That's wood. I'll go for bludgeoning then. I'll swing it. I'll catapult a log from beside me.
Sure, just be sure that she's targeted. Oh, yeah, it is. Excellent. So go right ahead. You may attack. And that sadly misses. And we are going to Moz.
Why do I even play this game?
Is there a... From where I'm at, would it be possible to get up the stairs behind?
It would be a tight squeeze. I would make that a... I would say an acrobatics check. It would probably be very difficult, so in the realms of 25 DC.
Okay. In that case, I'm just gonna snarl. I'll hold her. Stop the ones above. And I am going to just rip and tear into the hag in front of me.
Go right ahead. I love that that's the name of the ability, rip and tear. And that's a critical hit.
Thanks to the blast.
Oh my god. She needs to do a DC 4. Oh my god, give me a second. She critically succeeds.
Alright. So she is not slowed.
No, but she does take the damage.
She does take the damage, and will be taking an additional 1d6 bleed.
Gotcha. Give me a second. That's in rip and tear. 1d6. Oh, not 2d6. 1d6 bleed. Here we go. Perfect. Anything else? That's your first attack.
That's my first attack.
Go right
my
ahead.
second attack is going to be to attempt to trip her.
Go right ahead. She will attempt her athletic check.
And this does get map, correct?
Give me a second. Oh, sorry. You need to do an athletics check versus her reflex DC.
Yes, and it does get map if I recall correct.
I do believe so. Otherwise, the DC is 20. So.
I'm just gonna call it a circumstance bonus.
Mm-hmm. And that definitely, so she literally, like, you sweep her off her feet, not in a princess style. She crashes down on the ground. You hear her just like, and you do hear someone else under the floorboard, kind of like, yelping, like, ah!
And then, did that sound like a child or an adult?
It sounded like it was so fast, and maybe you were not expecting it. I'd say with your heightened sense, you can probably decipher that it is it's an adult.
Okay.
She's gonna also do that for the damage.
Yep.
Cool.
I think I will just bite again on the off chance. Yeah, on the off chance that hits. And
sadly, it didn't hit.
All right. but that is my turn.
Yep, absolutely. One of the two women that was in the. Just give me a second. She was trying to do that. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure, but Cyrus, do you have reactive strike? Cyrus?
No, sorry, I picked up.
Not a problem. Excellent. So she will be casting a spell, which will turn her invisible. And you hear the sounds of her going up the stairs. Oops, I took her along with her. I'm so sorry. I mean, that's fine. You can see that, so that's fine. Okay. Oh, but you're not in the same initiative. That's interesting. We'll get to that later. Would you? Yeah, you're gonna stay in that fight, right?
Yeah.
There we go. I'll just roll that for you. Do you remember? You don't remember? Oh, yeah, that's about right. So, Maz, you acted. So that means Cyrus.
I can just tell you my initiative.
What was your initiative?
I'm getting to it. I did not realize combat was this long. It was a total of a number that was around 20 something.
20. So it's not your turn. So it's Kindrod's.
It was 22.
Perfect. All right.
If it is Kindrod's turn, I have a
Kindrod.
question for the DM.
Yes.
As most of my experience is D&D, not Pathfinder, I am not sure whether or not I'm able to move through allies' space.
They're considered to be difficult terrain. Yes, but they're harder to pass through.
All right, with 30 feet of movement, would I be able to get to that door?
You mean that here?
Yes.
So that's not a
upstairs.
door. That's an icon that you press to go to the upper levels. It's basically the top of the stairs. Yes, just letting you know, if you do, you're leaving combat.
That is understandable. I think what I will do is action 1, stow my bow. Action 2, move there.
Okay.
And if I'm able to... Oh, this is a tricky one. If I'm able to simultaneously or using the quick draw, I'm able to pull out 1 or 2 weapons. Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, you know what? I will put away my bow, draw my rapier, and move to that icon.
Excellent.
That's my
So
3 actions.
you may move here and you may press it. And you are now upstairs and out of the combat. Going back to the old hag, she sees that the other one fled. Maz, do you have reactive strike?
Nope.
So on the ground, the first action that she does is stand back up. And then she casts a spell.
All right.
Give me a few
You
seconds.
know, does the skeletal champion have reactive strike?
Nope.
That would be amazing. Like from 0 to hero.
I mean, he has shield block,
Yeah.
which only puts him more of a tank.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go back here for the sake of this. Excellent. So she turns invisible, and you hear audible footsteps. That seems to be leading, and you see the door kind of like, the door right here kind of like moving as something kind of bumps into it. Fair enough? Crested is going to be looking around just like, where'd she go? But that's about what she does. Timothy, what do you do?
I'm gonna do the same thing as her and cast invisibility.
Go right ahead.
Wait, not the right sheet.
So you turn invisible?
I'll use my last action to command my skeletal champion to come beside me.
Okay.
Thank you. And try to sniff her out
So
with his second action.
you've already attempted the a check to see if you knew where she was. That's automatic when you are nearby her. And just give me a second. And she still remains undetected to you. You can spend you can spend one action that is left in order if you wish to try and find her. That will be a flat check. So basically, you roll a d20 on an 11 or more. You know the approximate location that she is in. Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
Excellent. So that's a 17. She's somewhere in this area. Cool?
Yep.
Excellent. Cyrus, what do you do?
Okay, well, I don't really care about the children, so I'm just gonna move here.
Okay.
That's not how that works. What's the button again? Oh god, I'll just manually. And I just want to move the table.
All right. So we will be just doing a bit of change here in the pace of things. Just give me a few seconds. All right. So you move towards the table and are in the process of removing it. Your intent, I believe, is to remove the planks, correct?
Yeah.
Excellent. Maz, what are you doing?
If no one else has moved to go upstairs and save the children, Maz is rushing up there.
You vaguely remember that you think you saw in the corner of your eye a Kindrod that went upstairs.
Oh, okay. I'm still gonna go up there to help with that.
Cool. As you get upstairs, the first thing that you notice is that in a bundle of ropes and some crates that have been basically crashed, there was a lamp, an oil lamp that was thrown there. So fire is slowly spreading. It's not an urgent matter, as in like you probably still have a few minutes, but with the mill being this old thing, you don't think that you don't have 10 minutes.
Okay.
Kindrod. Kindrod?
Hello.
Yes. So you went upstairs. As you basically passed the first floor where you saw the lantern that had been crashed and fire slowly spreading. Sprinted upstairs after the one that was escaping, or at least you thought that was the way that she was going, because you could hear the groaning of the floorboards and everything like that as you slowly headed up the stairs. Upon reaching the third level is that level where there's this like the mechanism, the main mechanism of the mill, you know, the turning of the pals and everything like that. And there are a few boxes, and you do see to your side 2 children that are currently huddled together near one of the crates, kind of like hiding it behind them. The older of the 2, a younger girl, seems to be pointing in the direction of the basically the access door that leads outside for maintenance purposes, seeming to indicate that the 2 ladies that were here probably escaped that in that direction.
Thank you. My friends are downstairs. They shall help you.
DM, the building, like, this level is on fire, right?
It's not on fire, but there's smoke slowly accumulating because fire is on the level under you.
The smoke is not good for you. It is unsafe to be here. You will wish to leave.
I shall chase after those 2.
Your words, however well-meaning they are, you feel that they're falling on deaf ears. These kids are terrified, and they likely will not be moving unless someone assists them.
Well, shit. Okay. I've got 2 options to do here right now.
So while you think of that options and what you want to do, I'd like to know, Timothy, outside, you do see the few splashing in the mud of where the hag seems to have gotten. She's really fast, and you probably like have 1 or 2 actions worth of action economy before you are unable to know where she is. Does that make sense?
Is she faster than a fireball?
No.
She also would have taken bleed damage.
Yeah, she is taking bleed damage. She didn't save yet. So are you casting Fireball in the general direction that she is in?
Yep.
Excellent. I just want you to roll... just give me a few seconds. I'm just going to do one thing here real fast. I'll do that. I'll do that. So she succeeds or saves, so she will be taking, I believe, half damage. You can roll damage. And she'll be taking half of that.
Ooh.
Perfect. You do hear a noticeable sound of pain. This almost like unearthly groan, and like as if like a wild animal was crying out, perhaps. And you're left there with this like almost perfect circle in the grass that's all blackened, and you've lost trace of her. Good.
And I reappear.
Yes, because that was a that was definitely a hostile action. Excellent. Maz, you went upstairs?
Yep.
Excellent. So, what have you decided to do, Kindrot?
Ultimately, as much as I wish to kill these witches, getting the children to safety is of higher priority. So I will likely stow my rapier and make my way over to them.
Excellent. As you're in the process of guiding the child away from the boxes and everything like that, from where they are hiding behind, you hear the of Moz that's slowly in the process of going up the stairs, and he kind of like appears in up the stairs. The 2 child are like, ah, and they hide back behind the crates where they came from.
Moz, my friend, you might want to not be in that form. I believe you may be slightly frightening the children.
Are we still in initiative, or can
We
I...
are not in initiative order.
Okay, I will drop my rage and... Sorry, children. You'll be
Gotcha.
fine.
And?
I'm going to try and calm them down. Just, we're going to be getting you out of here to somewhere safe. Make sure that you're taken care of. You will be fine. You will see your parents again.
Thankfully, you are an expert in diplomacy, so you're able to reasonably smooth this over. Cyrus, you're removing the floorboards. Could I have Irina describe herself, please?
Yes. A young woman with dark auburn hair. A little bit disheveled looking because she's been under dusty floorboards banging to get out for the last, I don't know how long, however long this fight was. And she has kind of, well, it looks like a modified, what used to be a dress, but she's kind of modified it into a tunic. Tall boots, and she just, like, takes a deep breath and pushes herself up, brushing dust off of her hair.
Excellent.
Are they gone? The hags.
Cyrus
Well,
will kind
they're
of...
not dead, but yes.
Cyrus?
Cyrus will kind of glance to the door and then back to her and just kind of shrug in response before going, Irina!
You know who I am. Who did my brother send you?
He'll nod and clearly be getting ready to be aggressive if he feels like he has to.
She kind of. She just nods, takes a deep breath, almost, you can see the slightest of eye rolls. He worries too much. I am fine. But I appreciate your help.
Almost on cue, as if the tension was in the process of rising, you do hear the floorboards on the upper floor cracking a bit as Kindrot, Maz, and the two children are slowly brought downstairs. For you, Irina, these two children, you know who they are, as they are kids that are normally from the village of Barovia. Just give me a second. I do know that the little boy is called Freak. I do not remember the name of the little girl. Just give me a few seconds.
What a name!
Yeah, it's Freak. Freek. So, and the little boy is called. Just give me a sec.
Their parents never loved them.
Yeah, they were kind of bound to be kidnapped.
I mean, yeah.
As a denizen of Barovia, would I know their parents?
You're from Barovia, but you're not. You're from the Barovia at large, so you normally
Yeah, that's
Freak
fair.
and Leak. No, it's not Leak. Just give me a second. I'll get you the names. Characters. That's what I want. Bonegrinder. Freak is the little boy, and Myrtle is the little girl.
Irina would. I think seeing the children that she recognizes kind of put, like, more fully, like, hop up and make her way over there as quickly as possible.
Excellent.
Are
Could I-
two of you all right? Are you all right?
They nod, unsure, weakly. The older little girl seems to be taking care of the little boy. They do not answer with any words.
We
While
need to leave this building.
while we are here, would it be possible to also have Maz, Kindrot, Cyrus, and Timothy describe themselves briefly so that Irina may know who and what you look like?
Yeah, so currently Maz is a big guy. He stands over 6 foot tall, probably weighs several hundred pounds, think like NFL linebacker. He's got a very strong, bulky build and a bit of a gut. Probably in his early 40s. He's got wiry, dark, and curly hair that's starting to recede a bit, and a few grays. Otherwise, he's wearing just plain rough spun tunic and a cloak and a breastplate, but no real weaponry on him, just a dagger.
Excellent. Timothy?
Timothy is a sort of a. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna switch adjective because I don't have it in English right now. But he's a very stiff teenager. He's the epitome of being a gothic teenager in a world where magic happens. He's very cliche about it. He's got everything, every part of his clothing is either gray or black. And he's got a little raven on his shoulder.
All right. Kindrot.
Kindroth is a tall, elderly half-elf who walks with a slight limp and wears an eye patch over his right eye. His most distinguishing feature is the large purple tricorn hat that he wears, which is very much different compared to the rest of his garb, which features blues and grays of padded armor and loose-fitting clothing that aid in moving undetected through the Svalak woods. He notably is also left-handed and wields both a bow and a rapier. There are other blades about him, although they're not used quite as much. He has one blue eye and his hair is silver. He additionally speaks with a Barovian accent.
You've seen Kindrot around before. He's something of a hunter, or at least that's what you remember. And Cyrus?
You see the shorter than average human. He's kind of hunched over. He looks like he's clearly worked a lot in his life and has faced a lot of hardship. His skin tone is tanned and working. It makes you think of like the Vistani, but there's nothing else signifying that he might be a Vistani. His hair is short and messy. It's black. It looks greasy. It looks like he doesn't take time to care for himself too well. He's wearing a really like rough, basic outfit, cobbled together. His neck has bandages on him. They look clean. They look more like they're for show. Kind of maybe, since you've heard him speak, you think it's probably to have him be able to explain why he doesn't talk as well as most people. He wears a mask, but you feel that he's always watching you at this time, and that his eyes have never left your sight, and that he's not going to let you vanish from his sight.
So with this tension high, you figure out that with the smoke accumulating in the main room that you are in, perhaps exiting the mill would be wiser.
Yeah, Maz is just carrying the children out at this point.
Excellent. So you all find yourselves in this muddy area in front of the mill with the spectacle of this old structure caught on fire. What do you guys do?
Do we chase them or take the kids to town?
I believe it would not be wise to further endanger the children.
I agree.
They are badly wounded at the moment. We may not get a chance like this. I do agree. I just want that to be on the table.
We can hunt
can't
the
even
witches
see
down
them.
shortly. However, these children, they need to get to safety.
All right.
I think,
Unless we wish to split the party, it is likely wise if we all head to town.
I'll turn to who I assume is Irina. I'm Maz.
Moss, it is good to meet you. And she'll put her hand out, and Irina Kuliana, it is a pleasure. The
I'll
rest of
shake
you,
the hand.
thank you for helping me, for helping these children. It is a shame that the hags have gotten as far as they did, but safety is first. The rest of you, your names?
I am known as Kindroth Velikovic. I am a ranger of the Spheric Woods.
I've seen you, I think.
Many
Where-
have. My hat gives me away.
Where are you from? You're from here.
Yes, I am a denizen of Barovia. I live in the northeastern Spheric Woods.
Interesting.
I'm
Good to meet-
Timothy Gallad,
It is nice to meet you as well.
and
Timothy.
I'm Timothy. I'm from far away. Nice to meet you. Can we move on now? I do not like standing beside a burning building.
More
Oh, I heard
introductions.
that's what all the cool kids do in movies. I mean,
We can, the rest of you can introduce yourselves while we walk.
you're faced with a choice. There's two villages that are within a reasonable distance, probably equidistance from where you currently are. There is the village of Velaki, where you have been tasked by Eastmark to bring Arena, or the village of Barovia, where the kids are actually from.
Cyrus will just make eye contact with Irina, asking where their names, and just say, Valaki.
These children are from Barovia.
Valaki.
Your
What?
brother has asked us to escort you to Velaki, to the cathedral there.
He,
That's
however, did not state that it had to be a straight line.
Irina smiles at that. I like you.
Thank you.
I also told him that I would not force you to go there.
It is very kind of my brother if I needed an escort, but I am perfectly capable of handling myself. Thank you.
Conditions
Velaki-
do indicate perhaps otherwise.
She crosses her arms.
Unfortunately, I do have to agree with Moz on this one. You were in somewhat of a predicament before we arrived.
Simply, I didn't know what to expect. I went in expecting a witch, and there were 3 hags. I was caught in off guard. I would have found my way out myself if you had not arrived.
As you say.
However, I have a friend in Velaki. I have not seen her in a time, and I have been concerned. So, if we are to make a trip, I would not mind making a stop there. After
Right.
the children are safe.
Cyrus will study you for a bit, and choose to put away his weapons slowly, kind of getting the sense that he believes you.
I think she kind of looks at him, like, as he's putting away the weapons. Just the fact that he was having them out in the first place. What are you planning to kidnap me and bring me to Velaki?
Well,
Crested, the dwarven priest, is probably behind all of this group. She would have probably introduced herself, and she's probably nodding at your question.
just kind of go.
To my
She just-
knowledge, that was not the plan.
I
She
was
looks
not
around.
going to.
She looks around a little bit suspiciously, but nods. Well, Barovia is this way.
Would you follow her
Yep.
as she leads the way?
I believe so.
Excellent. Irina, there are two. So with the sun slowly dying behind the mountains off in the distance, you do know that daylight is probably going to be slowly, or rather, more rapidly than you'd hope, be absent. You are left with two choices of places if you want to have some kind of camp, or at least a protected area where you can camp free from the wolves and other things. You do know that from the main road off perhaps an hour's walk from where you are, there is some ruins up there, or if you press on, you might just be able to make it to Tsirpool. But that implies crossing the bridge of Tsir Falls, which normally gets a bit dangerous at night. Kindra, you would know the exact same information of that.
I believe either myself or Irina will relay that to the party.
Yes.
So a choice needs to be made.
I would trust the judgment of you locals.
Much appreciated.
I will bring everybody to the map so we can see. Oh, just give me a second. Just be sure that this is done. So, for those joining us right now, so what you see here is the full map of Barovia. Everything in white has not been discovered yet, and names only appear once a place has been discovered. So we are currently at the Bonegrinder, meaning that you can either cut straight through the little mountainous area to reach the ruins somewhere around here, or you can cut through Tsurfall and then to Tsurpool in order to find two places, one of two places that could be of possible shelter for the night. Of course, there's always the option of camping out in the wild, but for the people who are from Barovia, you know what that implies.
I believe where we have children in tow, it is likely wise to take the least risky path possible.
I would agree.
And which of the two paths is the least risky, according to you?
I'm leaning towards Surf Falls.
Surfall is
So, like-
longer, but doesn't take you through the wilds.
That is, I would agree, probably.
Excellent.
Better to do it the right way than to be hasty.
Perfect. Just give me a few seconds. And I think that we will be using this moment to take as the party slowly heads on, and we'll be taking back slightly before they reach Tsurfall, or rather Tsurpool. Back when we come back from the break, we normally have a 5-ish minute break. So please take that moment to go get something to drink, hydrate yourself, because for some reason here the temperature is insanely warm. And we'll see you guys in 5-ish minutes.
You cannot make demands of the devil. For he is the ancient. He is the land. And you are trespassers.
And we're back. Thank you so much for your patience while we were getting ready for that second leg of this magnificent session. We reach back and we return to our party as they are perhaps an hour-ish away from Sir Fall. Or rather, Sir Pool, forgive me. You've had a few moments to chat and to discuss who you were and everything like that. And as you do hear off in the distance what seems to be the sound of wolves owling. Normally it's never good. But as you do, off in front of you, some cloaked individual seems to be emerging from the shadows. This man stands tallish, seems to be lean, and has a cloak that masks pretty much all of his body, and is, other than the fact that he's probably of a solid build. He also seems to have grayish skin. His facial traits seem almost cutted with a knife, how sharp they are. And he seems to patiently be waiting for you to slowly come closer towards him. What would you do?
Greetings.
He nods.
What brings you to this part of the woods, stranger?
I am only a messenger for my ladyship. She took notice and would like to extend an invitation for dinner.
Who's your lady?
Why, she is the lady of the land. This is her realm. The man slowly moves forward and pulls back his hood, revealing like perfectly placed hair and long pointed ears. He seems to be quite neutral in his expression. You're not sure if it's confidence or just that he's jaded.
As somebody of elven blood, these pointy ears, do they resemble that of an elf or something more unnatural?
That's a good question. Just give me a second. I just want to verify something here. You do know that this is it's a legit elf, but with the perception that you have, your attention and your eyes slowly go lower, and you notice on his neck he's wearing, at first it seems from far away, it seemed to be like almost like beads or something like that, but his necklace has several elven ears attached to it.
We heard something about this, didn't we?
You can try to make a... Do you have Recall Knowledge Barovia?
That I do.
You may roll Recall Knowledge Barovia if you wish. Sadly, that doesn't... Like, you've heard that there were elves here, that there were elves from which you are perhaps yourself descent, but as far as you are aware, they were an instinct. Irina, you recognize this person. He was perhaps the... You're not sure if he was the one driving the coach that took her when she came to meet you.
She takes a kind of small step back.
You see that he seems to be moving his hand and seems to be resting it on the pommel of a sword. It's not exactly a threat, but the way he's doing it seems graceful enough that he's quite confident in his ability. He's not exactly trying to bully you, but you have the impression that, you know, this invitation needs to be accepted.
Well, we have to take these kids back to their parents, and he'll just like bounce them a little bit on his in his arms. But perhaps after we get them back to Barovia.
Of course, the safety of the populace is of the utmost importance for her ladyship. She would not want to, and he's going to turn towards Irina as he says that, see anybody injured. You're not sure if it was a threat.
She just says, yes, I'm sure that she would not.
He brings a hand inside of his cloak, and after a few seconds seems to be producing an envelope. He slowly hands it to the party in general, or for whoever wishes to take it.
I believe... Oh, go ahead.
Cyrus will take it?
Mm-hmm.
A simple and civilized invitation for dinner. Be sure that your safety is guaranteed by her ladyship while this invitation lasts. After all, you are quite curious, specifically in these futile attempts that you are doing in order to pacify this valley. Should you accept the invitation, you will find at the crossroads past Sir Fall a bell. Ring it, and I shall pick you up on the coach, so that we may take you to Castle Barovia, Castle Ravenloft. He'll nod pleasantly and slowly go around and head in the direction that you just came from.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How long is this invitation good for?
He waits for a second, turns towards you. I wouldn't dally too long. My mistress, her interest is not easily captured, and some time passes quickly.
Understood.
And he would leave, unless somebody wishes to add anything to it. Perfect. Just give me a few seconds. We're gonna bring... Here we go. Toot, cert, fall. Oh, yes, Irina, sorry.
No, that's okay. Just, she wouldn't say anything, but I think she would look visibly a bit uncomfortable.
Okay. Noticeable in her standard, I'd say, she seems stronger, not stronger, but more confident. Seems to be sapped a bit, right?
A little bit less. Yeah, she has come across as very confident since you've met her. She looks a little bit shaken.
Perfect.
Just a little bit.
All right. Would any of you wish to hold any conversation before you make it to Sir Pool?
I guess
Suppose-
Cyrus... Sorry, I guess Cyrus would, once Rahadin, the elf left, would, like, flutter the invitation in his hand, and then motion towards, like, the castle in the distance and go, "Way home!" And then just hold up the envelope to whoever, because obviously he can't read that out loud.
Kindroth will offer his hand to read it aloud.
Okay.
He'd happily pass it over.
What do I see on this paper?
It's not a letter. It's a portrait. It's a hastily scribbled drawing in the likeness of Irina.
Well, my friend, it would appear that you've got an admirer.
She'll kind of peer over at it. Kind of swallow hard.
Your brother asked us to take you to Wallachia specifically to keep you out of that grasp.
Again, I appreciate his concern, as I always have. But
Would you rather take the invitation or go?
On a side note, before you make a decision, one thing that her ladyship of Barovia is known for is to be true to her word, meaning that if she assured safety, it will be kept.
Safety was only assured through the extent of getting there, though.
Yes.
And also, arguably, only to the party, her.
This is quite troubling. Hey, what exactly is your history with the Lady of the Land?
it is an interesting question. It is. I don't know. I've only met her a couple of times in person. Of course, I know who she is. Everyone does. She is the land, as they say. But there was a strange encounter. Everyone speaks of her as a monster. I'm not really sure what to think. She, on one hand, was kind to me, but she her hand just kind of goes to her neck.
If you are not comfortable discussing it further, I shall not press you.
Perhaps in time. Seeing her, the encounter, the most important thing to know, it triggered some sort of vision. It was terrifying, and I have not quite been able to decipher it yet. Perhaps going to Castle Ravenloft would give me some clarity.
Indeed.
Phil,
Yep.
with my undead lore, could I, when she puts her hand around her neck, could I, because we've met a vampire spawn, so I know
Yes.
they're around in this area.
Yes.
Could I maybe try and discern more from how she talks about this lady of the land and how she's acting and thinking about it towards maybe if the lady of the land is something supernatural?
The first thing I will do is I will ask you to make a perception roll for me. There was no
20.
noticeable wounds to her neck, but her behavior is similar to others that you've seen before in how they reminiscent some interaction that they had with supernatural. I would like for you to roll undead lore, please.
Let's try 4.
the way she's behaving, the way that everybody speaks of the lady of the land being a monster, but or Irina finding her intriguing, perhaps, makes you think that this is like I would say, typical behavior for a vampire. You're not sure if Irina herself is currently under any type of its influence. But she does seem to have some conflicting thoughts about that, which is, again, somewhat typical of people who are targeted, subject to vampire powers and stuff like that.
That's it. He won't say anything, but he'll notice it.
All right. And the party continues on to reach Serpool.
Yep, Maz is gonna carry the kids the whole way, sing little lullabies for them.
Perfect.
Oh, I am hiding the undead horses.
What the? Why doesn't it play? That's interesting. Last time? There we go. So, Serpool is, as usual, a lively place. You do hear the standard mirth around the campfire. You reached it after a few hours, or perhaps like an hour-ish past sundown, as the night slowly grows darker. As it's usual, Madam Eva's tent sits closer to the water, and we have the Vistani children that have already been ushered away in their vardos for night, and the adults either in the process of retelling stories or simply singing the night away. Again, as usual, this place is a stark contrast to pretty much everywhere else in Barovia, as in there seems to be life here. Rather than just survival, these people seems to thrive, at least as much as one can from the Vardos. And give me a second. Here we go. Yes, Irina.
And as they arrive, Irina, kind of her demeanor, she gets a kind of more relaxed demeanor, and as soon as they step in, she kind of immediately goes to greet. She's waving at people. It's evident that she's familiar with
Excellent.
this camp. Yeah.
Excellent. So, as per usual, you are met with familiar names from Avery the Bard, or Stanimir, who normally drives carriages around and seems to be venturing out and about the valley itself. Would you aim to go in a certain direction, or you just simply go around and just make your presence known and mingle a bit more, like socialize in a way?
Mostly socializing. She'd probably be headed in the direction of Madam Eva.
Okay.
But like she's not rushing to do it. She's taking the very Vistana approach of merriment, and we're here to all.
Excellent. You're met with some questioning stares, as in like looking at you and looking over your shoulder, and with the nod of like, are they with them? Are you with them? Are you okay? Type of interactions.
I'll add on to that. Cyrus will absolutely be shadowing you, and not like next to you, but he'll always be within eyesight, and you'll probably see him in the corner of your eye.
Kindroth.
Kindroth, having befriended a few of the storytellers the previous night, will visit the campfire first.
Excellent.
And check in with some of my acquaintances.
As you sit down, Avery takes his black chicken and stuffs it in your lap. Ah, Ruby, I missed you. Thank you so much for being here. You gave her treats last time, and she appreciated it so much. How about you feed her while I get my guitar so I can tune it, and we may be able to sing a few songs tonight?
That would be my pleasure.
As
Perfect.
I hand a few insects to the chicken.
Perfect. And in the meantime, you can also retell me what just happened because this will make an interesting story, I'm sure. What about? Oh, go ahead.
I give as accurate of a tale as I am able to.
Perfect.
Although I think somewhat tactically, and as such, it may be a little dry and will need further embellishment before it becomes an epic tale.
Perfect. Timothy, Maz, what would you do?
I think Maz is. Sorry, go on.
I'll ask Mr. Bonaparte to keep watch around the camp.
Your familiar Mr. Bonaparte flies off, finds a perch in order to be able to oversee the whole scenes. Yes.
Yeah, I don't want the hag coming back.
Absolutely. Anything else?
Nope.
Perfect.
I will enjoy the night.
Perfect. Maz?
It's getting on towards like evening dinner time at this point.
Yeah.
Maz is gonna like. Yeah, I think Maz is also gonna hang around with the storytellers and take part in that circle.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Also keeping the kids nearby.
The Vistanis are quite welcoming to children. You're offered at least like one original blanket, and then on like separate occasion, you'd probably have one or two other ladies coming over with additional like blankets to be sure that they're not cold. You're asked if they need a bed for the night. Thank you so much for the cheer.
That would be wonderful.
So they're basically taking care of that and being sure they're really mentioning for the kids. So like not you, but there's more than one lady that offers taking care of the kids, and you have a sense that they're not doing it out of malice or any ill intent.
Oh yeah, Maz is happy to take the offer of a bed for the children, but he's also not gonna let them stay unprotected. He's got his parental instincts on high alert, so he's happy to like sleep on a uncushioned floor.
Okay, not a problem. So the kids are eventually ushered into a Vardo. You meet one of the few ladies that ask you a few questions. Around the campfire, there's also a lot of talk about the circus that's now currently in Vallaki. It seems to be making some kind of waves of like people are slowly interested in maybe checking it out. But that's pretty much it. Irina, you would organically make your way towards Madam Eva. Is there a purpose for your visit, or any other? Why would you be heading there?
It's kind of, she's fairly close with her, and she would mostly just be going to greet her, and it'd be kind of anytime she were to go into the camp would probably be someone she would stop by and pay a visit to at the very least.
My question would be then to Cyrus. If she goes inside Madame Eva's tent, would you follow?
He would think about it for a second and then choose to sit outside and watch the door and like watch any kind of way that she could get out. He would be watching basically, but he won't go in.
And within earshot, or you leave them their privacy?
If I can get within earshot without looking like I'm trying to listen in, then yes.
You have enough perception to, like, unless they're whispering and, like, you know, over very, very loud music, you're pretty confident that you'd probably be at least hearing some bits of any conversation that might be having.
Absolutely.
Excellent. I will be showing you guys our Madame Eva, or as Crested said, oh no, she's hot. and we have our Madame Eva. Irina, you walk within the tent. Oh no, she's hot. Yeah. You walk within the tent, and it always strikes you how strange that feeling is of this space seeming larger inside than it is outside. It seems such a small tent from the outside, and from inside, it seems larger. There's decorations and things scattered from all over Barovia, and sitting on their comfy wooden chair, almost always seeming to have the deck of tarot cards in your hand that she's slowly shuffling. She looks at you with her steel eyes and gives you a smile. Well, child, I knew that I'd see you again.
Irina smiles. Madam Eva. Good to see you as always. I am alive, so that is the good news.
I knew that as much. Please sit. Do you want perhaps having something to drink?
She takes a seat and nods. Would be much appreciated.
Perfect. And to what do I owe your visit? As she pours a glass and slowly hands it towards you.
Well, that little mystery at the mill. I think we have solved it, at least for now.
Did you now?
That witch that we suspected, turns out it was not a witch, it was 3 hags.
She listens on, nods. She seems to be in the process of taking mental notes of what you're telling her.
And she would go into basically this little story of how she went in and was prepared to fight and then was basically outnumbered and some kind of spell was cast. She was shoved under the floorboards, and then next thing she knew, she heard fighting. And the party.
She's gonna lean a bit closer, look at you for a second, and you almost feel as if she's seeing through you. As if, like, she's able to pick out everything that happened to you just by looking at you for a few seconds. And what of your encounter with Rahaden?
She looks surprised for a moment and then kind of just laughs and shakes her head. I don't think I'll ever get used to it.
She smiled.
And she'll pull out, I think she would have taken, because it was offered to her, this invitation that had the drawing. And just kind of put it down on the table next to the cards.
She's gonna set her deck of cards on the table. Takes a second, take the drawing and look at it while you continue your story.
There is something very strange. Things that the lady STRAHD said to me when we met. She spoke as if she already knew me, which is impossible, of course. But I don't know. I feel like there is something that the winds are trying to tell me, and I am not hearing it.
Child, for the truth you are not ready. Not yet. And you are at the crossroads. The decision will need to be made. Either you seek out truth, which can scar you forever, but free you. Or you may simply close your eyes and continue the dream that you are currently living.
She shakes her head. Don't want to live in a dream. I want to know the truth. I am already scarred.
Oh, child, you believe yourself to be scarred. No. You're merely grazed. But if truth you wish, before this is over, you will be scarred.
I don't care. I want to be free, whatever the price is.
Then
I don't want to
know,
live in the dark.
then know that your pride will need to be set aside. These individuals that I've set on a trap, not a trap, that I've set on a path.
Uh-oh.
That I set on a path to meet you. You will need to work with them. They will be able to maybe sometimes go in places you cannot. They bring with them a power that is beyond this valley, something that is so often not seen, courage and soul. But for that you will need to learn to trust them.
Her face kind of falls into consideration. Like, she looks for a moment like she's gonna protest, but then she kind of calms down. It's clear that the impression that anyone watching would get that probably if anyone else were saying this, she would bristle at it. But coming from Madam Eva, she is more likely to take it as wisdom worth absorbing. And she'll just kind of nod. All right. I will try to trust them, if that is what fate has deemed part of my journey. But she kind of glances out at the curtain towards the edge of the tent where she knows Cyrus is waiting outside, and kind of just scoffs.
He's a broken man. He's probably more in need of assistance than anyone else here. He doesn't know it yet, but he is more of this world than perhaps even the half-elf.
She nods. Thank you for your wisdom and grounding, as always.
She nods. There is a change, a shift. Your friend in Valaki will be requiring your help, and there is something new there also. We all knew that the Burgomeister Valaki was somewhat of a lacking man, but he is now resting his strength in false hopes. There is newcomers in Valaki, and they brought with them someone from beyond the Veil of Dread. Someone experienced. Someone that if you connect with can, at least, we hope, set you on the right track.
Do you have a name for this person? How will I know when I find them?
He will be masquerading as someone he is not. He will be met in a place where laughter is more often found, but is sometimes false. You know how the cards work. They sometimes can be easier to read than others, and a name is never revealed. I've also I had a powerful vision, a powerful Taroka reading when these strangers first visited me. I gave them tools and means to perhaps assist you in your endeavors. I would socialize with them a bit more and perhaps ask them more details on this. I could tell you, but I feel that building trust requires some exchange of information. And I leave that to you.
She kind of sighs and nods, and with that, she pushes herself up from the chair and says, "All right, I get it. You've had enough of me. You want to get rid of me."
She's only
And
going to
she
be
just
laughing.
smiles.
Excellent. You'd exit the tent. Cyrus, would you do anything, or you just, again, silently just follow?
I'll initially hearing her like get up and signal that she's leaving. He'll back away so he's not obviously listening, and then once again would tail her stuff.
Excellent. The rest of the evening is spent more or less listening to... Oh, sorry, Kindra, yes.
At some point before we turn in for the night, Kindroth would also like to speak with Madam Eva.
Okay, yes,
although
absolutely.
It can wait if you'd like to describe something first.
Would you wait until it is later, as in people have gone to bed, or you'd wait just for the moment that she's alone and you'd just go?
I might wait until there is a moment Madam Eva no longer looks busy, and that is likely when Kindroth would walk into her tent.
Okay. I'd say that moment would probably be at the moment that Irina exits with Cyrus. She'd probably be, Madam Eva would probably be in the process of shuffling a bit of her cards, cleaning a bit, like the glasses, putting them away. So you probably you enter and she has her back to you, and she'd simply, Kindrat, yes, I've been expecting you. And she'd slowly turn towards you. She leans on her table, for once not sitting on her usual comfy chair.
Madam Eva, there is a dilemma that has been troubling me as of late, and I wish to speak with a wise elder for some guidance.
I bring the guidance of the stars with me, so ask, and if it is within my power, I will answer.
We are on a quest that is of utmost importance, though I fear that recently we have allowed a great evil to escape our grasp, and that on our current path we may not have the opportunity to vanquish this evil. And though it is a lesser evil than potentially the devil,
she would stand up as you speak and approach you uncomfortably close. She's taller than she seemed when she's sitting, and she's actually probably half a head taller than you are.
That is very tall.
Yes. She slowly leans, kind of bring her lips, again, uncomfortably close to your ear. Are you talking about the quests and the cards that I gave you, or are you talking about the Fanes? Your quest, your adventure, what you are seeking.
there are...
And she'd slowly pull away.
That is actually a third dilemma that is on my mind. I knew not that you knew of that one.
She's gonna
Well,
scoff
yes.
at your words, kind of like, "Oh, I didn't know you knew." She's gonna.
But yes, I very much at this time feel a man pulled in many directions. And I know not which fate, where I am needed most.
Do you wish a convenient lie or a direct truth?
Unfortunately, I believe I wish for the truth.
The stars are aligned in what you seek and what can help your friends. Currently, the Martikovs are currently in a predicament. This is a time-sensitive matter. They could use a person conveniently sent by fate. But to arrive there in time means leaving your friends.
Sorry, Mr. DM, you said a name I couldn't quite hear
The
what it was.
Martikovs.
That name sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember. Is that something from the
You
last
can
session, or
do
is
you
that
can
from my
do
backstory?
Lore Barovia if you wish.
Okay. Perfect.
Absolutely fine. They are the winemakers. Most of the wine coming in, being made and so forth from Barovia is made by them. There's also a lot of rumors about their family and them being like mixed with some shady things, but you're not really sure. It's not it's a family that keeps to themselves mostly, and that's what you know.
Then am I to look into this matter? I also fear leaving my friends without my bow to go to Ravenloft alone. I fear splitting our numbers may harm them. But if this is what the stars wish, then who am I to disobey?
She's gonna take a second and she turns towards her desk and seems to be walking around it, trailing her hand on the side of it. She picks up one of the small... It looks like a knuckle bone that was on the side, and she brings it to her lips. She whispers something into it, and for a second you're sure that you saw it flashing almost. She takes a small piece of rope and arranges it in a pendant form, and she hands it to you. The night shall not be your enemy for as long as you wear this.
Thank you.
Do you put it on?
Oh, yes.
I would like you to make a fortitude saving throw.
Okay, let's see how decent I am at those. There we go.
And it has failed. Your point of view rapidly drops, and you hear your breathing, but it changes. You seems to also be able to now pick up conversations that are happening around the campfire. She comes back around her own little desk, and she kneels before you. She brings a hand on your head and seems to be scratching you. The night is your friend. Go with haste.
And I obey.
Excellent. For anybody that's outside, what they do see is a wolf emerging from Madam Eva's tent and darting off into the wilds. For those who are not aware, Kindrat will be leaving for a few sessions. So, yes. I'm just going to do one thing here for now, as you are... Here we go. And here we go. For the others that are around the campfire, any conversation that they wish to have, or should we move on for the rest of the evening?
Nothing in particular for me.
Okay.
Me neither.
Cyrus, Irina?
I think Irina, given what Madam Eva said, would probably try to make conversation with the others that seemed open to it. Just ask them a little bit about how they got to Barovia, what they've seen so far since they had said that they were from.
So I'd say that Cyrus is probably too unnerving for you right now. Kind of like he's like, okay, can you give me some distance a bit? So like, I think a conversation with him, and he's not very talkative. So you probably like try to talk to him briefly and no success. Maz is currently in the process of guarding a door and being cuddled by Vistani ladies who are basically being sure that he's set for the night, leaving pretty much only Timothy around the fire to be able to have a conversation with. So you do get closer to him, sit down probably like, nearby, so you guys may talk.
You said your name was Timothy, correct?
Hi, it is.
I just wanted to apologize if I came off as sort of abrasive. I was under the floorboards and I was probably not in a very good mood. But I am grateful for all of your help, truly.
No problem. Any day we can serve is a day recommended, but why did you go alone? Do you wish to die?
Of course not. But I am not some sort of fragile flower like my brother seems to sometimes think I am. I have practiced in magics and in swordplay. I have experienced some of the world, and I would like to experience more of it, and I do not intend to stay locked away in a cathedral that I know for a fact is not even protected anymore. I lived in Valaki. Part of me hoped that if I could do something, solve some sort of local mystery or problem, that perhaps he would take me more seriously.
I don't think your brother is not taking you seriously. I think he just lacks confidence or bravery to not face his own fears. But who am I to meddle in your family?
He kind of just nods, and Isaac has always sort of been, well, for a long time he grew up with illness and was always a little more sickly, and he deserves to be more confident, but just because he is not confident does not mean I plan to stay locked away with him or locked away like him, whatever.
I am afraid I cannot help you on that part. You must come to terms with your brothers. My companion offer no grudges against my adventuring.
I do not expect for you to solve any sort of conflict between me and my brother, of course. I actually sat down here because I was hoping to get to know you a little bit better. How did you end up in Barovia? Outsiders? We don't see you very often.
No, indeed. I was chased here. My craft is peculiar.
And as he says that, a little skeletal bird sits down, like, reaches and comes over and perches on his shoulder.
She kind of looks towards the bird and nods. Is it, what, necromancy or something else?
Yes, it is.
Interesting.
I have studied the art of death. to postpone mine as much as possible.
And what have you learned?
Not much. I came here to learn about an unkillable lords of the lands.
You
I
mean
wish to steal her secrets.
You really want to live forever?
I do.
You don't think that sounds a little bit miserable?
Not according to my master. Most elves do live forever. Aren't they miserable?
She considers for a moment. I suppose I haven't met all that many of them, but I think I would be miserable. Not,
Good.
I'd like to live a long time, but not forever.
You could save your land.
And with that, the camera slowly pans towards Moz. Yes, Moz.
Yeah, I just had a quick clarification I wanted
yes.
to ask. You had said, and this might just have been your accent, was he being cuddled or coddled?
The second one.
Okay,
I'm
good.
sorry, my accent made it weird. You're not being cuddled. You're not being a little spoon for someone else. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That would be amazing, though.
How to make me self-conscious of my accent. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, guys. Excellent. So the rest of the evening is spent with Irina and Timothy getting to know each other a bit more. Cyrus hanging in the shadows, trying to be some kind of guardian, or perhaps just you sometimes feel Irina like you're his paycheck, and he's
he's absolutely making sure she doesn't.
Excellent. Would you sleep, or would you?
No, I'm staying up. I'm taking fatigue.
Oh, excellent. So you will. The first thing I would ask you to do is make a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, I just take it because I'm staying up over 16 hours.
Perfect. Excellent. So you're going straight to it? Perfect.
Yep.
And so you're all pretty much either falling asleep near the campfire, given blankets for comfort. Irina, for one, as a space offered in a Vardo, as she seems to be more appreciated by the Vastanis than most of you newcomers, at least. And morning comes. As usual, the night sky is completely open. We all see the stars, and as the day breaks, the gray clouds return, and of course, it's the constant overcast, the small drizzle of rain. It's not exactly warm. It's not exactly cold, but it's not particularly warm. And you awaken likely in the early hours of morning with the slight drizzle of rain in your face, and taking stock that Kindrot is nowhere to be found.
Has anyone seen him?
Are you asking the rest of the party, or you're asking if going about...
I'm going to start by asking the rest of the party, and then I'll...
Okay. So you're pretty much all gathered around probably a meager porridge for breakfast, as Moz probes with the question of, hey, where's Kindrot?
When he ran off, how close was Irina to this? Because like, if Irina saw this, and I saw him enter and then leave as a wolf...
You were basically... He entered as you left, so you didn't take stock of seeing him leaving it. Like, the wolf itself was probably stealthily enough that if you didn't exactly pay attention to the opening of the tent, you wouldn't see it. But you do remember that he walked in Madam Eva's tent. You don't remember seeing him after that.
Cool. He'll just kind of stay silent.
Okay.
I would shake my head, not knowing.
Irina would say, saw him go into the tent with perhaps to speak to Madam Eva. Perhaps she would know.
All right, I guess I can ask her.
So you head to the tent?
Maz. Yep.
Excellent. In the early morning, she's not wearing her full attire. She's still very gracious and elegant. Probably in the process of brushing her hair and making herself ready for the day. She nods and acknowledges your presence without looking at you. She basically looks at you through the mirror that's set in front of her.
Hello, Madam Eva. Thank you for seeing me. Just a quick question. Heard that Kindroth came to see you last night, and none of us have seen him since.
That would be correct. Kindroth had matters to attend. Don't worry, he's safe. But I fear that for the success of your endeavors, measures had to be taken, and he's, let's say, setting the stage.
So he is elsewhere for now?
He is.
All right. Thank you very much.
Of course, you're welcome.
I'll go back to the party. I guess he had other business to take care of. Unclear whether or not it's related to what we're doing. It sounded like maybe it was, so we should continue without him.
And so the party would then head out to the town of Barovia. Give me a second. I just want to do something. All right. Let's go here. And let's go here. Where is it? That's not what I want. That's what I want. Excellent. So, you approach the village of Barovia from the west, coming in through these plains as you slowly head through what, Irina, for you is familiar sights. You notice something different, almost like as if your senses were not picking up the constant bell tolling that had been a thing. Father Donovic, the priest of the city, had been previously known to kind of abuse the church bell and ringing it at odd hours. It stands silent for now. And I will also do that here so we can have the little video. Perfect.
I think as soon as they step into town and she registers that, she'd probably just look around at the rest of the party and just say, something is wrong here.
How so?
The bell is not ringing. Father Donovic always rings. Actually, it's usually very annoying.
As you say, Father Donovic, Slidus will just kind of interject and go, dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
His son was turned into Timothy. I think you understood it better.
Oops, just give me a second.
Did I?
I mean, I thought you were the one who has the undead lore, and did we not know he was vampire spawn?
He
no, it
had
wasn't.
he had something weird about him, but You didn't have any confirmation. You did try to bite someone, but like the outright "he's a vampire" is not a
Okay.
the definite like thing that you had.
Never mind. His son was insane. Would be the closest I could think. Been locked in the basement, and when we went to help, we released him, and he killed his father, turned to mist, and vanished.
Irina looks like she's just her eyes are a bit wide. She's trying to process all of this.
For
It's
you,
the look of.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
For Irina, this also means another thing. That means that there's no priest to bury her father.
I think she kind of just I think I need to go and see my brother.
Of course.
So you would beeline for the family house.
Yes.
Excellent. Would everybody follow, or you would go about at other businesses?
I'll follow.
Cyrus?
What are the children doing? Because like this is their home.
Oh, right, the children.
that's what I was. Okay, cool. We remember the kids.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be seeing to the kids.
Excellent. So Irina, you head towards the manor. Cyrus.
I will tail her. Probably a bit slower, more tired, but
Okay.
following.
Timothy.
I will follow Irina.
Excellent. So for Maz, you take a moment and are in the process of bringing the kids to their parents. The father, Antanovic, is beyond himself and happy to see his kids returned. You feel that they probably had given up hope. He's crying, and you do hear the kids asking where's Mama, and the man simply cries more. Would you do anything? Would you stay there? Would you? It's a heartfelt scene, but you feel as if you're like a bit like too
Intruding.
Yes.
How does it seem like the family, like they have money or
it's hard to say for
worse off?
Barovia. Barovia is disheveled in itself. The city itself is a broken husk of what it was before, and so it's hard to.
I'll take a couple gold pieces into my palm and just shake the father's hand silently and let him take those as hopefully a way of helping take care of the kids, because it's going to be rough without a mother.
Gotcha. As you slowly head away, the father's going to catch up to you, asking you to wait for a second and shake your hand once more, kind of like, in what you feel is a heartfelt thank you. He will be trying to give you back your gold that you gave him.
You're gonna need this more than me.
He nods, smiles. It's a bittersweet reunion, you feel, but he seems thankful to at least have part of his life come back to him. For that, you will be gaining a hero point, meaning that, and it'll stay over for the next session, meaning that for now you have 2 hero points.
Cool.
the camera now pans towards the Burgomeister's manor. Irina, you reach the door and open. You are met by the usual maid that has been pretty much the only stable thing in your life for the recent years. She's been a friend, perhaps, but you feel that she was more of a spy and an agent to your father, for a way to know what his kids was about. Entering, you do not see Ismark anywhere.
What's the maid's name?
Give me a second. Notes.
Greg.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, no, I'm sorry.
Did you say Greg?
Yes.
Oh my God. No. Okay. So that's an inside joke. I'm sorry. Her name is Lavinia.
Oh, good.
It's Lavinia Gregovic.
It is Greg.
Hi. Shoot. Lavinia, have you seen Ismark?
She seems somewhat. She seems happy to see you, but a bit troubled that you're here. She's gonna hush a bit closer towards you. He's somewhere in the city. I think he's verifying some of the towns and some of the buildings, but you shouldn't be here.
Irina kind of just like waves a hand dismissively. This is my home. I will be here if I so choose.
She quickly takes her little space and nods, and her gaze going down immediately. Of course, that's not what I meant. Of course, I can.
I appreciate your concern. Thank you.
She nods. I can fetch him if you wish.
If you do not mind, that would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
Of course, my lady. And she's gonna hurry up, put on her little coat, and head out the door in order to go find Ismark, leaving once more yourself, Cyrus, and Timothy in the main hall of your estate. The estate itself is pretty much as it was before. There's a full wing. The eastern wing of the manor itself is not kept or anything. Like all the furniture has been covered by blankets. As the city basically slowly slumped into decay and other things, you feel that the manor is kind of like a reflection of half of Barovia, of the township of Barovia being slowly eaten away and left to abandon. The kitchen is still up. Would you do?
Karina lingered for a moment in the hallway, and then looking a little bit sad, and then kind of just shakes her head and heads into the kitchen. And who had accompanied?
Cyrus and Timothy. I feel that Cyrus probably is still right on your heels.
She kind of looks at Cyrus and then looks away from him and looks at Timothy and just directs her conversation to Timothy.
Oh my god. Okay.
And yeah, she just kind of motions welcome to Barovia, to my this is my home. Can I get you something to drink, perhaps?
I'll take water, thank you.
And she'll lead them to the kitchen.
Excellent. So you spend a few minutes in the kitchen, perhaps like 15-ish, after which you do hear the sound of the door opening and the distinct voice of Ismark calling out, "Irina, where are you?" And you'd hear like the stump. Sorry, what?
Sorry, before Ismark arrives in the kitchen,
Yes.
Cyrus would like to say, he'll look to Irina and go,
Castle or Valaki?
You mean, where are we going next?
he'll nod to you.
She considers for a moment. I would like to get to Valaki to check on my friend, but I do believe the invitation may be pressing, so perhaps on the way.
He'll nod and go, "Okay, asshole, I'm smart."
She'll
And then
smile.
And then Ismark enters into the kitchen, kind of like removing his gloves for a second. He looks at you, seems genuinely happy, but his gaze quickly goes to the other ones, kind of like, "What the fuck, guys?" Head looks back to
just kind of shrug.
looks back towards Irina and quickly approach to give her a big brotherly hug.
She'll hug him and she'll kind of say, like, seeing him kind of look at the others, she'll just, as she pulls away from the hug, "Ismark, it is good to see you. Really, though, did you think that they were going to be able to force me to go anywhere? You know."
Cyrus will give like a to her question.
He's gonna smile and you see that he's hinted by uncertainty yet again. I didn't mean to. I was with everything that happened recently, I was just scared to lose you as well. And then you disappear in the middle of the night. What was I supposed to do?
She looks almost a little bit more, she gets softer, like her demeanor softens a bit around her brother, and she looks kind of apologetic. I'm sorry, Ismar. I should have given you warning. I didn't want to be sent away. I wanted to do things on my own terms.
Barovio's not safe anymore. Father Danovic is dead. Mad Mary's her daughter. She was abducted in the night. It's not safe here anymore, Irina. Now, I saw the devil circling you. I don't even know why you're back here.
I went to the mill.
You what?
You know, the mill.
Why would you go there?
To figure out what was happening. The missing children. All of it. The witch that there is supposedly in the rumors.
He's gonna get kind of like push away from his, push a bit further away, kind of like put a distance between you, and you're gonna see he's gonna try to take a bolder expression as he listens on to what you're saying.
As a matter of fact, there were children there. And now they are home with their families in Barovia, thanks to mostly these fine folks here.
You're gonna see him struggling for his words for a second. Irina, as he's gonna swallow hard, and as the Burgomeister of Barovia and as your brother, I ask you to leave and to go to Vallaki.
You are lucky that I have business in Vallaki, so I will be taking my leave with these people.
As he's talking to you, his hand's kind of like shaking. You're seeing that it takes all the resolve he has to, quote-unquote, stands up to you, and it's probably one of the first time that you've seen him do that.
She kind of smiles at it and nods. And she puts her hand on his shoulder, a way that she hopes is reassuring. Ismar, I will go to Vallaki with them, and I will be fine. And you have everything you need inside of you to be a burgomaster here. You just need to believe in yourself. It's like I've always said.
You feel that whatever mask he currently has on slowly cracks as you're giving him trying to boost his confidence a bit. It seems to be he was always more emotional, and it seems to be touching him to the point that his facade of trying to look strong is slowly like being peeled away. We still have to put father to bury him. How are we gonna do that?
She dies. We will do it together. And then I will go.
Yes, Cyrus.
Seeing his facade break away, yeah, he'll do this. He'll take out that coin purse that was given to him and like thump it onto the table so like it draws attention, and then just go, "Children," and then just stare at Ismark.
He's gonna look at you for a second. The first reaction he has seems to be going for his own purse. And then he seems to be catching on to what you're doing and slowly goes forward and takes the pouch and nods.
The second he reaches for the pouch, Cyrus is immediately grabbing it back.
You're going to have a very confused Ismark, not understanding what you tried to say.
He'll stare at the man for a while and after a bit decide it's probably not worth the effort and just slowly put his pouch back.
Okay. Are you staying the night, Irina? Should I have the maid prepare some of the rooms for our guests? We still have some degree of comfort here, at least. Maybe we can try to bury father in the morning.
She nods. I think that would be wise. It may not be the safest place here, but it is certainly safer than being on the road at night.
Great. At that time, Moz probably reaches the manor itself while everybody is in the process of settling, I'd say, and getting ready for... It's still half, like, midday, so if you still have anything that you like to do, or if you want to press your brother for something more to do it in a hurry so you can leave in the morning, that is entirely doable if that's what you wish to do.
I think first she would kind of... She has her reasons here, but she would look around. She's trying to follow Madam Eva's advice and make friends with these people, so she'd kind of look and try to get a sense of... do any of you have business here? Besides dropping off those children.
Not me.
Not really.
Cyrus?
Has...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, never mind.
No, go ahead.
No, go.
Was it ever mentioned that a priest was needed for the burial?
I mean, you've seen countless burials and other ceremonies of the sort. You know normally that they are within a, like, there's a ritual to it. You're aware that Father Danovic died. Yes, Cyrus.
Yep.
I feel like Crested would probably be offering her services.
Sort of.
Because she did it for that one corpse in the gallows area.
That is true. She would probably offer her services, though Irina, Crested seems to be praying to a god or a goddess rather than you do not know. A goddess that she refers to, the dawn flower, named Sarenrae. So it's not a name that is familiar to you. Normally, it is more of a father figure, the dawn father and so forth, rather than that, more in the lines of Pelor than Sarenrae. So it is up to you and your comfort level of having someone of a different fate bury your father.
I think considering how open she is to the Bastani, and kind of generally open to alternative sort of forms of divination and sorts, I think she would probably be fine with it.
Okay. Kristrid would probably ask you when you are more comfortable to do it. She would more than likely relay the information that normally these ceremonies take place at dawn, but it is still to your preference.
He would nod and look to Ismark.
Ismark probably in the process of biting his thumb, looking at you, looking at Kristrid. He's clearly not as comfortable around Vistanis as you are. He's really like, this is how we've always done things. This is how we're gonna do it. So, yeah, it's kind of like you have a feeling that you can probably take a decision, and he will, whether willingly or reluctantly, follow it. Yeah, he's probably gonna be heading that whatever direction you're taking. But he doesn't seem that comfortable at having someone that is not of their religion to bury your father. The alternative, like thinking quickly of an alternative, would be to go to Vallaki, have a priest come all the way to Barovia in order to do that. But that does mean that the corpse of your father would probably be staying another extra week out in the open.
Yeah. Which here is not great. So I think she would say that more or less to him. If you truly would feel more comfortable, I can send someone from Vallaki. You know that will take time, and I do not want father waiting here. Perhaps if we learn more about this dawn flower. And she'd look to Kistrid.
She's gonna nod.
Kind of.
I would like to ask you for I'd say diplomacy check. And you will be able to give yourself a +5 as you're a +5 as you are as your brother is normally leaning towards what decisions you make.
Yeah.
And we'll make that a DC 20.
Okay.
Jesus. He takes in all of your words and seems to be seeing the wisdom through them. And by the end of your explanation and why you believe it is relevant to go with the Dawnflower and Kristrid doing the burial, he seems to be completely on board.
Excellent. At dawn then.
He nods. The evening that follows is somewhat strange. The last time you were here, Irina, it was not too long after a meeting with her. It's almost as if you can feel a presence always within these walls, and there's the false sense of security that the walls procured seem to have vanished. You do notice that the lower level windows have been boarded up, and taking a moment, perhaps asking, you are able to get the information that normally at night, whenever she's here, whenever Irina is here, there has been animals, coyotes, wolves, and other creatures scratching away at the walls, trying to get through the windows, trying to burst through the door. It's been largely unnoticed because, I mean, it's just animals and it's nothing big, and the door itself is sturdy enough. And Ismark has tried to keep it hush-hush because he didn't want to add even more, so you did not exactly notice before leaving. But now that you're confronted with it, it's somewhat strange. Cyrus, you feel this strange pull as well, as if something in your blood was calling out to you.
Okay. Is it like make me want to go somewhere? Or?
In the middle of the night, after you passed out with exhaustion, you awake. You awaken in the hallway, standing in front of Irina's door. You don't know how you got there.
Interesting. Well, I wouldn't want to wake up, so I'll just try to quietly move away. Return to my bed.
Excellent. So you slowly turn away. This slight headache settling in with the noticeable sound of animal clawing at the doors and the windows on this first level floor. And this is where we will this is where we will be ending it for tonight. I thank you for everybody that's been in chat, everybody that's been here playing. Thank you so much for this evening. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, no, that was really fun. Awesome.
Excellent. Just gonna do one thing here. Let's put something a bit more. Here we go. All right. Thank you so much for being here. This was yes, we are playing on Foundry. Yes, it is Beneo's battle map. Sorry, I can now answer all the questions that were asked a bit earlier. Beneo's battle map. We are playing it on Foundry. Yes, it is Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the superior system, and I will die on that hill. Yeah, so yeah, that's about it for the questions that were asked a bit earlier. This was this was chapter 5. So normally this Crystal STRAHD is held every 2 weeks on Tuesdays, meaning not next week, the week after that, which will take us to the 15th. So Tuesday the 15th, from 7 to 10 normally is the time frame that we are trying to keep. And as you noticed, Kindrot is going to be stepping away from the campaign for a few sessions for real life matters.
I am now Wolfdraw.
You are now Wolfdraw. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for trusting me with that. That's always nice. And yeah, so the Crystal STRAHD has the benefit of it can be very quick or very long. As you've noticed, we are joined tonight by Sorcery Arts. Thank you so much for stepping in.
Thank you for having me. It's been so much fun.
Cool. We have, it is my intent to have multiple guest appearances from other streamers and other people. And other like named NPCs should be normally played by people that maybe you know, maybe you don't, but if you don't, you definitely need to know them because they're normally going to be amazing streamers and content creators. So looking forward to that so much. The next, oh yes, that's right. Yeah, let's shout out for Sorcery Arts. Absolutely. Boom. Here we go. Then you realize every issue it's 5e is fixed at Pathfinder. Yeah, I mean it's okay. So here's the thing. I keep saying that Pathfinder 2nd Edition is the superior system. That doesn't mean that Dungeons and Dragons 5th Edition is not good. It is good. It's just not the medium I like to tell my stories. So yeah. Next thing that we have going on is Thursday. We're gonna have our GM roundtable, where we're discussing a lot of things from systems, from latest news and everything like that. Normally, I have other content creators that are sitting with me between 2 or 3 other people. So you're always welcome to step in if you have questions at that time. I'll ask them in the chat. Next week on Thursday, we are gonna have our Kingmaker, and I believe that's what's latest news for us. From the cast, I do know that sorcery. So where can people find you next?
Oh, yes. You can find me with. So, tomorrow on the Cat's Meow Show, House of Tremere. If you like vampires, if you're here, you probably do. So, Vampire the Masquerade, it's excellent. And check out the rest of the Cat's Meow Show's stuff. It's all great. Saturdays with Ticking Time Bob Gaming. We play Legend of the Five Rings. We're doing this sort of mini campaign. That's been great. And then on Mondays, I play with Mortal Rolls. And we play Pathfinder 2e, but it's a sort of fantasy, Greek, Roman mythology inspired setting. It's a lot of fun.
It's really awesome.
And sometimes I stream on my channel. I do art, so sometimes I stream while I draw.
Excellent. All right, let's see if we have a friend that's currently streaming. So we can give some love and raid out. Just give me a few seconds. Anybody has a channel to recommend in that case? Because I don't have anybody currently online. You know what? Let's go give some love to Quest Accepted D&D Crime and Punishment, a homebrew D&D 5e. Let's do that here.
That's fun.
All right, so we'll be seeing you next week for the campaign, or otherwise Thursday for Jam Table. Take care, everybody. Have a great end of night.
Yes, thanks for coming. Good night.
Thanks.